Okay, everybody, welcome to the Dojo. It's 10:30 here in the mountains. Let's get started. If you're new here, let's see. I don't see any new faces yet. Got a little feedback happening.
Yeah, someone's got a phone echoing.
Yeah, see you there.
It's Dagmore.
Let's see, did that work?
Sure did.
Okay. All right. Great. So yeah, welcome. If it's your first time, participants, you will see a raise hand, hopefully. And so if you have something to say, as does Chris McGuire, then you can just go ahead and raise your hand and we'll call on you in the order the hands are raised. So having said that, welcome everyone, and I'm going to pass the talking stick to Chris. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. I'm going to need space for this. I have to calm down and feel my way through it because, yeah, I'm trembling.
We feel your power, Chris. We got your back here. Take your time.
I feel like I've done a disservice to the tribe and to myself by not sharing what I've been going through. I wasn't sure it was appropriate for Dojo because there were other people in the dojo involved in the vitriol. But that probably makes it more appropriate for Dojo. So Jason and I had started having some dojo time outside of dojo with James D. Which led to a connection forming between James D. and I. And that connection got stronger, emotions developed. While that was happening, I was talking to Jason about it, expressing that there was a connection forming, and it was highlighting for me things that I needs that I had that weren't being fulfilled by my current relationship with Jason. We talked about some of that, and I didn't feel heard though. I don't know if that's ultimately though. It ended up Jason and I broke up several weeks ago, a month ago, maybe a little over a month ago now. And And that's the short version. I mean, all of the emotions and pain and the pain of the loss of that relationship with Jason, because it's not like the love went away. The love was still there. It just, the relationship was empty at that point. I don't really know what to say about all that's happened in the interim, but I had offered to make space for Jason to come to the campfire out here. Like I agreed not to come so that I could give him space to heal. I don't even think he asked me for that. So I'm not saying that I think I did that to make myself feel better about the pain that I felt like I was causing him. And then I felt stabbed in the back when he didn't use that space to come heal in. He brought his new girlfriend. Which I'm not even saying he did anything wrong there. I'm just saying that I felt like I was making this sacrifice by not coming to the campfire. And I did that for Jason because, you know, I was trying to make myself feel better for the pain I felt like I was causing him. But after that campfire, some of the things he said to me, it really pisses me off that he's still showing up to Dojo, because I don't understand what he's doing here. And if he's going to be here, then I feel like he should tell the tribe what he really thinks of them. That's in the forefront of my mind right now. I'm not trying to push the energy, the witness away from me and onto him. I'm willing to talk about any of the stuff about any of this. I'm kind of at a loss for words. And
Let's stay on you, Chris. This is great. It's fair what you just said, and we'll get to Jason, but just stay on you. More about you.
Chris, could I make a little request? Would you just, for 30 seconds, would you just stop trying to think what to say? Just say it to us with your eyes. doing great, Chris. You're doing great. We're still here. I don't know if you've been watching, but there's love pouring in from everybody in chat.
First time you came to Dojo, you weren't even able to talk. I just want to point that out.
It's a good point.
I love you all. You guys are amazing. And I don't type and chat much because I can't listen and type at the same time. And I don't want to interrupt all the amazingness that's happening. Just to butt in and say, that was amazing. I'm sorry I didn't have the electricity to share what I was going through while I was going through it. There was
It was weird.
pain.
Yeah.
It was.
It was weird, Chris. I just want to point that out. This whole thing's weird as fuck. And I actually understand why you were hesitant to bring it up, but also I understand why it's so crucial. And it's why I couldn't push you into bringing it up. Nor do I even say that it should be here, because it's going to depend on the rest of the triangle. What this is, whether we want to admit it or not, this is a triangle right now. It's a triangle of energy. And in between this energy is going to flow three roles: savior, persecutor, and victim. And whether or not you're going to amalgamate those roles, it remains to be seen. But there's always energy in the triangle. In fact, I would even, maybe it's your call, Nicholas. I totally respect your dojo. I'd recommend maybe let's hear from Jason, because his hand's up, and
Yeah.
come back to Chris.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in there. My internet just cut out. I'm sorry to do that. I'm trying to get my witness here. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna lower Chris' hand and Jason. Actually, I'm not the host right now. Go ahead and lower the hands if you want, James. And Jason, let's.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good, Jason.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, I've been wanting to share this information with the dojo for a while now, but out of respect for other tribe members, I just let it sit. And I felt like this was kind of personal information that, we're talking in front of 30-some, 40-some people. I feel like the time would have been ready to talk about this. And I feel like, I appreciate Chris coming forward and sharing. And this isn't an easy thing to talk about. There's a lot of pain, a lot of emotional attachment, all involved with this. Throughout our whole relationship, I've held space for her to know that I want her to be her, meaning if she starts losing herself or her identity whatsoever, that she does not belong in this relationship, because I don't want to change who she was. I want her to remain who she was and love herself the way she can, the best way she knows how. I believe that when you come into a relationship, you should love that person for how they are and who they are. They don't need to change nothing. If anything, they just learn to love themselves the best way they can. The relationship her and I shared was the best relationship ever that I've ever had. Most loving support and care that I've ever had. A person I was able to talk with and converse with and come to understanding with. Just this past year, with all this bullshit going down, I didn't feel like myself. I couldn't feel like myself. I was just in red belt a lot, enraged with like, what the fuck do we do, Chris? What do we do with this situation? Like, I literally put myself to the side and said, let's find some people that we can be part of. Let's find something we can do together to contribute, to help. And that meant putting what I love doing to the side and help support you, and this tribe. And Chris has always had this feeling of like, I don't even know the purpose of life. I don't know why. It was more electricity for her to get up and just be alive. And I seen that she had also a lot to contribute to this tribe, meaning I feel like we need to get out there and connect with you, James, and help out with whatever way we can. Campground, whatever we can do. Let's connect with some people. And I felt like with her wisdom and her how powerful she is, she would be a great contribution to this tribe. And I put myself to the side and put full electricity. Basically, it felt like I was orbiting her because I wanted her to have a path to helping out in any way she can, which meant I let go of what I was doing in my love to get her out there and to meet you guys and allow her to use her talents and gifts in the most powerful way that I know she has to contribute, and she will continue to contribute. And that probably took away, it probably looked like I was orbiting her and like, you know what, he doesn't know what he wants to do and he's continuously flip-flopping back and forth, like, what do you want to do? And all I really wanted to do is hold space for her and hold support for her like she supported me, and forget me for a second and give her fucking free reins to do stuff. And I think what happened within that, she's seen that I was kind of out of my element, out of my center, because I just put myself to the side. And the situation being is I couldn't make a decision what the fuck to do. It's all over the fucking place because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what your direction was, James. I thought you did share some ideas, and I think they're brilliant ideas. And so, to go back, and to be honest with we started connecting with James D after the dojo, and I thought, yeah, this is excellent. I don't mind having a smaller group. Chris, me, James D. Let's powwow. Let's talk some more. Let's get more personal with each other and understand what's going on. Maybe we can help each other out. And that's how I took it as. And in those moments, I thought Chris and I's relationship was solid. I thought we were good. The trust that I have for her still remain. So during these times of dojo, after dojo, James D would get together with us. We'd all three be on talking, chatting. We chatted the first day for about 4 or 5 hours, just getting to know each other, just getting to know one another. And that continued every other day or so. We would continue, and finally got to the point where I guess I wasn't holding enough space for James D, and it was irritating Chris to the point where it's like, let me talk to James D, just me and him. And I was like, no problem. Please be my guest. I trust you're doing the best you can we're all doing the best we can here. And then it wasn't much longer than after that, they started to develop feelings for each other. Chris has never been a prisoner in my relationship. I would say, hey, love, if you find somebody that you find you love and that will make you happy or whatever direction you want, please do that. You're not a prisoner. You're a companion. You're somebody that I love no matter where you go. You do not have to stay in this relationship. And it wasn't much, probably about a week later, James D is calling me, telling me that Chris loves me and that I love her. And I don't know how to respond to that, whether to just be compassionate about it and then understand. Chris has a way to holding space for people like no other. And I've witnessed this. And it got to the point where I didn't feel like I was enough or that I was complete because I let go of who I was to help support her path. And then I feel like that's where that connection was lost. Our relationship just went south, and that she started to develop feelings for somebody else, and that made her frustrated. It made her angry, made her feel like we're lacking something in this relationship right now, and you're not giving it to me, Jason. And then I felt kind of hurt by that because I'm like, well, people do change throughout the relationship. We have to recognize we do change, especially for a long-term relationship, and that we should be patient and allow that time to go through so we could see that person through and still be there for them. But I didn't get no sense where like, I'm just going to give you space. No, this is it. We're done. Relationship's over. 5.5 years, it's done. And I'm not going to pursue somebody and like go crying for them and chase after them. And I feel like that's what that she thought I was going to do. And I said, no. I was like, love, you have a direction. Look, you do you. And, you know, she moved out. She moved in with her, you know, with folks. And I've been nothing but supportive. I've been nothing but trying to give her space. And I still, anything she wants or help with, I'm still there for her. But I realized that I lost who I was doing. I lost myself in order to support somebody that just turned around and said, you don't have it for me anymore. I'm like, yeah, I lost who I was to try to help because I don't know what the fuck to do in this situation. But I know one thing, if I can contribute in any way I can, I want to be able to be that. I'm not here to hurt anyone here. I want to here to help support, help love, help provide a way to get through this bullshit any way I can. And if that means I have to go a different direction and leave his tribe out of respect and love for everyone there, then that's what I have to do. And I know one thing, I'm going back to my roots. I'm going back no matter what. I'm going to go back and do what Jason Days, what's important to him. Until this fucking world catches on fire, I could care fucking less. I'm not going to run in fear. I'm not going to be with a person that wants me to change for them. I'm going to fucking do me now. Because I put myself aside out of love and respect for somebody that said, you know what, I have feelings for somebody else. And I'm like, okay, cool, good. Then please pursue that, or at least get back to your power. Be yourself. You say we're done, I respect that. You say that you want to give me space. I heard that she just said, I just want to give her space to go heal. And the tribe's like, no, I provided space for you to do you. And I don't need you anymore. That's kind of how I felt. I was like, good. I found somebody that loves me for who I am. And it's very supportive. And I'm thankful she got a chance to see a different perception than I have. Because I love James. I love you, man. I appreciate your words. You're a fascinating individual. I see people, they love you, and we're all here for you to help and to do with the best we know how. I have no ill will towards James D. In fact, I even got on a phone with them and said, hey, man, I was like, I just want you to understand, I'm not angry with you. There was a time where I got so freaking angry, and I had a dojo where I expressed. I went out into the woods, I fasted. I fucking was so angry, sat with my frustration to the point I was having seizures. I sat through all fucking day because I recognized that the relationship that I had with Chris was so fucking powerful, so deep, that cut and hurt. And that I recognized that I had to fucking let it go in order for her to thrive, because that's what I'm about. Helping support people and thrive. But you know what? Now that I'm in a situation, I'm going to do me. I'm going to do me, and I got to get back to my center, which means I'm going to go pursue music. That's what I do. That's my love. That's my passion. This tribe needs anything at all. I don't care what it is. Even just reach out to talk to me. Please feel free to, because I'm not closing any door, but I'm not going to step on anybody's toes here. I sent a message to Chris, and it was a pretty fucked up message, I suppose. I feel like I was kind of I had a little bit of feedback, and it came down to like something that was really ugly on a text message versus somebody sharing this phone game. The person that shared that message obviously was bitter, angry. So it's kind of like, you know, perception.
Yeah, man, this might sound like a total outsider perspective, but I mean, from like what you just said, it's just, you know, it just seems like you abandoned her, dude. You know,
I abandoned her. I abandoned myself. And she noticed that. That sent her sitting back like, wait a minute. And I know I'm not the perfect conversationalist. I know my attention goes somewhere else. I deal with PTSD on a periodic. Combat veteran, it's not easy to pay attention times. So yeah, I understand. There was times where I wouldn't hold space for her, and I wasn't allowing that connection for her to feel loved, to feel cared for. I get that. I abandoned myself though, and that's the effect from that when you abandon yourself, you don't have that space or energy to hold for anyone else. And that's where James D came in and was holding that space for her. And that's awesome.
Listen, man,
I'm
thanks.
not angry with James D.
Yeah, can I just say thank you for sharing that about yourself to us, that you did that, and then you're so candid about that, and you know, the fact that you admit that you'd abandoned yourself, and that's what caused your abandonment of her. You know, that's really important for us all to know, and it's like truth, and you know, I commend you for that.
Yeah, it was powerful stuff. Do you want to talk more, Jason, about, you said you're going to do you now, you know, and that involves music. I heard you say, if you wanted to say more about that. Yeah.
All I know is that I will always love Chris. I always will. I'll always love this tribe. I always respect and be as honest with you guys as possibly as I can be with myself. And again, you're right. I got to get back to my roots. And I think that's what we're all trying to do here within this whole bullshit. We're trying to fucking find our roots, which is the most important part. Because when we abandon ourselves, there's no way to love ourselves. There's no way to love anyone else. So I'm doing what I'm doing, man. I feel like it's the most important part. And if, you know, I don't know anything else to do. I think by releasing this relationship, by letting go of it, is loving her on a higher level that nobody else could do for right now. And again, I mean, I don't have all the answers. I wish it did. And I wish I could still let her know that, you know, I know she's listening. I want you to know that I support you, and I still care about you. And I don't want you to be bitter and angry, but I can't tell you how to feel. We all have feelings we have to go through here. I'm not saying that this wasn't hurtful and painful for me, because I mean, we were together 24/7 for 5 years, every day, you know, living, learning, growing. And like I said, it wasn't a very abusive relationship. We just abandoned ourselves within it, and we weren't able to hold each other like we should have. And out of respect and love, we just had to wake up and part. And I know there's times that I heard, you know, if I would have got my salts back, which I'm glad I fucking reminded myself to talk about this, because I need to understand. I need some understanding from you, James, about getting salts back. I heard a conversation whether if I got my salts back, whether we would get back together, and they're like, wait a minute. Why would we have to split in order for me to get my salts back and then get back together? Why can't I just be loved throughout the whole thing and remain in the relationship? But I don't feel like that was
I can
possible.
tell you why. I wrote it down. I have it written right here on a Post-it note. And here's why you can't have salts when you're around Chris. Because when you're around Chris, you say, I put myself to the side so she can find herself. And then you said, because it's time for me to forget me and to focus on her and to give her the space. And I have to hold that space for her, which means I have to forget me, because that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, because I'll give the fucking shirt off my back to show you how much I fucking love you. And you said, now that she's gone, after she's gone, I'm going to go do me for once. I'm going to go do me. The entire time she's sitting there going, why the fuck won't you do me? Where the fuck are you, Jason Day? Where the fuck are you? And where you are is Jason's going, I'm over here peeling skin off my fucking chest so we can cook it for bacon so you can sustain yourself, Chris. Because that's what I am. I'm a fucking walking bacon cart. And that's how I show up. I show up to tell everyone how much I'm going to peel my fucking skin off, to show how much I'm going to be there for me. But the only way I can peel this skin off is if I fucking disassociate while I do this. And what you're going through right now fucking sucks, because it's all these witnesses are there, and you're here because you needed to be put into a fucking pit with 40 people looking at you right now while I'm giving you this shit. And the only way I would give you this shit is if you said the things you said about me, like to my face. And I'm glad you did, because I fucking love you. And Chris, when it comes to talking to Chris through this, it's a completely different conversation than it is from talking to you. Because you're this fucking juggernaut, and I can't even fucking stand tall enough to bash you in the fucking face, because you're too fucking big. And anyone who tries to stand up, you're going to try and outdo them and go all this other shit because you're willing to sacrifice yourself more than anyone else. But I'm not fucking impressed because you hate yourself anyway. So big fucking deal. You're willing to sacrifice something you don't even like anyway, Jason. And when you came in, this was not, you didn't come in here for Chris. You came in with, hey, I'm bringing this, I'm bringing this, I'm giving this, I want to do this. James, I want to buy this land, I want to do this, I want to rent a house for these people, I want to do this. That was all you. Every fucking word came out of your mouth. Chris was the one that was going, hey, my name's Chris. I'm here. I have trouble talking. You were like, I'm the king. I could do this fire. I could do this. And it was great. But the whole time I'm waiting for you to get out of the fucking way so I can figure out who you are, what's going on, where you're at. And you came in and you were mod. You were the first moderator. This wasn't you like standing in the background going, oh, I'm just here to evacuate myself so Chris can find herself. Bull fucking shit, man. She gave you the conduit. She gave you an excuse. So you could pin yourself like fucking Martin Luther to the church door and go, look at how pure my words are. Look at how pure all these sacrifices. And it makes it difficult, impossible for anyone to have enough electricity to go, will you please pull your fucking body off the cross so we can be friends? And you're too busy doing that. And it all comes back to the PTSD, Jason. That moment that you had when you went out in the field and you said you felt anger and you said you felt a vision quest, that was not fucking anger. That was fear of showing anger. And I bet you, I don't know if Diane's right beside you right now. I have no fucking idea. But I'm telling you, the fact that you showed up with her rippled through the tribe, not because it was something wrong, but because you were hiding from the very fucking people that wanted you there, that fucking wanted you right there, right in the moment, right now. And I get why it's hard, Jason. This isn't even a fucking critique. This is more of just a, here's what's going on. It's just telling you that these are the boulders that are waiting for you when you come back home. And you're not home. You're not. And I don't need fucking help. Guys, no one should be here sacrificing themselves to help James. Fuck that shit. You should not be doing that.
There's too many dudes like this.
You should not be doing that. No one is here to sacrifice anything. No one is here to burn any calories. No one's here to leave their family. No one's here to completely disrupt their lives for the tribe. That's fucking bullshit. That is codependency, looking for a way to abandon yourself by having an excuse. And that's what Chris has been for you for the last couple of years. It's your constant daily excuse as to why you can abandon yourself. It's because you have someone that you have to do that for. Jason, if you had kids right now, holy fuck. Do you understand how much you could play this out even more? How much more deadly this would be to you? I fucking love you, man. And I don't know how to hit you hard enough. I seriously don't know how. I got to come up with the weapons just to fucking deal with you. Thank God the dojo's here. Someone else say something.
I gotta say something.
That's a true friend.
I have to say something about that. I do love myself. That's one thing I heard you say that. I don't like hate myself. I disagree with that. I do love myself.
Jason, may I speak, please? Please allow me.
Go ahead, Dagmar.
Go ahead, Dagmar.
Okay. First, I'm trembling. I just want you to know this isn't easy for me, and I just want you to know right off, I loved you the second I met you, and you gave me so much. You know, your generosity, you have strength, you have courage, you have solidity, you have all kinds of amazing things that really moved me. Okay, you were like a breath of good man air for me. Okay, so just know that that's where I'm coming from, and what I want to give you is coming from that place. And it doesn't feel good for me to give this to you, okay? But what I'm seeing you doing, and when I confronted you, when you brought Diane to the camp when things just poured out of my mouth because I was so shocked, because none of that made sense to me about who you are. And then you started to explain and rationalize to me why you're doing it. You're doing it for Chris. You're not, you know, all of that. All I could feel, I just wanted to take a sword and cut your head off, because you were like, you you were hurting me, you were hurting the tribe, and you were hurting yourself. And not because I am so not like, I think it's perfectly fine, you know, she's a lovely woman, and I felt bad. I hope I didn't, you know, make her feel bad in any way, but it was so shocking to have you show up like that, and then to not let anything land in you. And I feel like right now you are you are lying to yourself. All this goodness that you keep, you know, and you weren't always like this, but I really saw it fall out that day that you brought Diane and you came over there and brought me a sandwich. I immediately knew something was up, because your spine was curved in and you were like, here I am, I'm bringing you, aren't I a good person? That's what it felt like. And trust me, I know how to receive a gift. I can get a gift. But to me, that did not feel like a gift. To me, that felt like, I just want to prime you and make sure that you're going to be, you know, when you see who I brought here, that you're not going to jump on my ass, or that you're going to like think that I'm this great guy because I brought you a sandwich. And I already knew that obviously you weren't tuned into me. It was all about you, because you know I don't eat bread. You've seen what I eat. Why would I want to eat a sandwich? But that's besides the point. Okay? I just want you to know that you going around being this overly, you know, giving like that, it felt painful to me. It felt like I lost your spine. I was like, where is that Jason that I thought would lay down his life for me? I didn't see that man. I saw a man who was just involved in himself. And I'm saying this because I love you. And tell me anything. I mean, I have more, but I just want to hear, you know, how does it feel just to hear me say this? Somebody who really does care about you.
I appreciate your words, Dagmar. And I love how honest and upfront you are. You're an amazing person as well. And I appreciate what you see and you speak. I've always been a person to shower people with gifts. And my problem is I seek out to make other people's happy, and I forget about my own self. And I fall right into a victimhood by doing so.
Yeah, and do you see though how painful that is to witness?
When I
That
first came to you, I let go of who Jason was. When you first met me, I was like, I'm no longer Jason. I'm here to just open up and plug in and play music for you all. And to find a way, to find a direction, to find something to fucking stand on amongst this stupid fucking COVID bullshit. So, and it's like, how the fuck do we live now? We got fucking people asleep, wearing fucking masks. What do we do? And I was like, I'm gonna let go of what I think and who I think I am, and unlearn and take all this misinformation and try to fucking pick up the pieces for where I'm at. You know, I suffer from shit, and I feel like, you know, whatever way I can contribute. And I know showering people with gifts isn't the best way. Showing up and being my genuine, honest self is what this tribe needs. People to show up and say, hey, this is me, I'm genuine. But when you go from
you have to, you keep saying that, you know, I'm trying to do what other people really need. You're trying to give what other people really need, and you're wrong. What we really need is just you. You being with you.
That's good. I like that, Dagmar. I was gonna request, Jason, could you give us 30 seconds of Jason Day breathing? Make it like a good musical performance. Just 30 seconds of Jason Day breathing. Ready, go.
all we're seeing, Nicholas, is you breathing. Jason's face is not on there. It's your face that's breathing. Just so you know, we're not getting to see Jason breathing. We're seeing you breathing.
I see him.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I see him too.
Thank you, Jason. That's good stuff. All of this is good stuff. This is really authentic. Dogmar, what you bring is totally authentic. It's wonderful. I feel like I'm profaning this silence.
Thank you for allowing me to share, guys. I do love all you guys, man. I appreciate all the stories. Even if I don't get to the dojo, I still go back and watch the dojos, the ones I miss. And I appreciate all that we're doing here. We're trying to fucking figure this out. We're trying to get back to the roots of who we are. I feel like that's what it is. This is the most important thing. I feel like James said the other on Dojo, we got to stick to fucking working on ourselves, or Dojo's not going to last. And this is really important. I feel people are learning so much and growing so much from this. And I hope it continues. I really do. And you have my support. You do.
I don't want
I love you. That's all I want to share. I'll continue to listen. Let's open the floor for some more people, please.
Thank you for sharing there, Jason. We do have your back on this. We see you, and we love you. You as well, Chris, and you as well, James D. You know, just in closing, I just want to say, you know, as far as what James True said and what Dogmar said, I mean, that's true fucking friends, right? They didn't say that to be nice. They said that because that's the real fucking deal. And this is exactly what we're here for. So thank you all for witnessing this. This is some powerful shit. I'm going to go ahead and call on Svatoslav, my friend. Talking Stick's yours.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody heard me, but yeah, man, I said that there's too many dudes like this, you know, and I mean that not too disparagingly, but to the disparaging extent that it should be felt, because, you know, I see them all the time, you know, and you know, they're so hurt, and they evacuate, you know, and they're such great people, you know, the best people I've ever met at times. But then when it matters most, you know, when it's really crucial, critical, you think they'll be there for you, but you know, they don't have it. They don't have the electricity, and at that point you can't blame them. But in the beginning, you know, you have to look and you have to see, you know, and I've hired a lot of guys like that, you know. I always watch now. I always make sure, because I mean, they're really, really kind, you know, but that pain is just too strong.
Thanks, Svatoslav. I don't know where you went there, but we feel you big time. I got to say, your energy is looking great over there. Matt Whitehurst.
Hi, everyone. Jason, Chris, and James, I have missed you very much the last month and a half. And I'm glad you're here today. and I'm glad that this is coming out. And James, I hope we get to hear from you too. Jason, it's nice to hear you talk like this. I'm seeing you hide behind a lot of victimhood today. And maybe, I don't know, just rewatch, see what you said. You pushed yourself into that part of the triangle a lot. But I want all three of you, because this is great for the dojo. This is a perfect triangle. And I want you all and all of us to kind of look at how all three of you are playing all three parts of the triangle here. I think that that's important to kind of realize that none of you are the victim or the savior or the persecutor. All three of you, you're all three, okay, at the same time. And I also see, and I might be totally off here, but I don't see any of you rising into sovereignty. I see all of you clinging to a new island of safety, a blanket, something to hide behind and to, feel safe with. And I don't know, I mean, maybe that's just something to chew on, and maybe I'm totally unfounded or misguided in that, but it's just my intuition sees that. And I see it come out in little ways, especially with you, James D, where you're like constantly vocalizing like, yeah, because I think we're all on the same page with this tribe thing, so at least I know we're doing that. You're saying you guys are all going to be there when I go and get my sovereignty, right? That's not sovereignty. You're saying that we've all got to be there. There's got to be the group. You're having this external justification for your own freedom or something. I'm not being the most articulate today, so I'm going to just hand it over. But that's just some stuff that I've been seeing and feeling intuitively, and I've missed you guys. I've never met any of you in person, but you three really brought it right off the bat in the dojo, and you set the tone here, and you showed yourself first, and that was beautiful. And man, to pull that away like that in the midst of all of this was just, I felt that pain. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Where did those three go? What is going on? And I know some of you other viewers here have probably felt that too. So thank you. I'm glad this is coming out today. I love all three of you. And I hope that we get to shake hands and meet and hug one day. And this is really beautiful. So yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you, Matt. That's the real deal there too, isn't it?
Yes.
This is a good tribe here. I agree with a lot of that, if not all of it, right? And so I'm glad we're working on this. I'm glad to see Chris and Jason in here, and James D. I hope to hear your voice again soon. So yeah, let's just give a little moment of silence for the power of this, and then I'm going to call on Randy. Thanks again for your silence, everyone. This is one of the most beautiful things about this dojo, and there's many beautiful things, is there's no fear of the FCC finding us for dead airspace in here. So silent witness is one of the most powerful things we've got. Let's see, Randy, are you still there, my friend?
I am, Nicholas, thanks. I just had a question for just on the what Jason was saying. And Jason, you're saying that, you've been with Chris for 5.5 years and you love her. I guess the question is, if you love her, why didn't you fight for her, man? I mean, if you can't fight for what you love, what's the point? I mean, maybe that's what Chris wanted, is you to fight for it and say, man, yeah, I'll go to Iraq and give my life for people I don't know. But what about, that's what a woman wants to hear, is that you'll do anything to keep her. You'll do anything. I mean, I'm not sure if that's the case, but I'm just saying that's a question. Why would you just give it up that easy?
And so my version of going to fight with her, going to battle for her, was drop everything I'm doing. Let's go fucking meet James. Let's go tell James we got support for her. You down? She's actually was like, I want to go to that campfire. Like, all right, let's go. I'm ready to help, support, ready to be part of this tribe, learn some things, and allow you to, have that access to that. And I don't understand. Maybe you can help me tell me what fighting for someone looks like, because.
No, so dude, what I'm talking about is when she's, started this relationship with James D. I mean, you sound like you just let it go, man.
Because if the person loves somebody, if somebody develops feelings for somebody, and she'll even tell you this, like, if there's a person that can just take you away from her, more power for you. There's not going to be a fight for that, because she's not a possession. I'm not fighting for possession. She's a being. She's a powerful being, just like I'm a powerful being. She decides she wants to have feelings for somebody else, and that she wants to end this relationship. I'm going to support that. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to say, no, you're wrong. I'm going to fight for you. No. Why would I do that? She's not a possession. She's a being. Again, I mean, if she wants to be free from the relationship, I want that, because I want her to be herself. I'm not trying to change who she is. I kind of let go of who I was doing. I let go of music, let go of recording, let go of who I love to do, to say, let's fucking figure this out first. Let's go see if we can contribute in some way. That was my way of like allowing a path for her to contribute her skills and her power towards something that would be beneficial for all of us. And then through the process, she met James D. James D was going through some things that, he needed some people to talk to. And then they connected through Zoom, and they were connecting together without me being there, because eventually I was told to shut up during conversation with James D because I was trying to share something. Kristen snaps at me and says, shut up. She doesn't even remember saying it. Obviously, there was a power, there was energy. Like James True would say, James D was secreting salt, and that's what Chris needed. And I wasn't. And because I'd stopped being who I was, I allowed her to go where she wanted to be. She said she didn't feel this love. She didn't feel that.
Hey, Jason, I think you're talking about all these procedures, man. I'm saying fuck the procedures.
Fighting for someone is a procedure, is it not? But what does that look like? What does fighting for someone look like?
It looks like not.
Dude, it means like nothing else fucking matters in the world.
Can I maybe
procedure doesn't matter. You fight through it.
Can I maybe add something into the mix here, guys? And
yeah,
I think some of you have been on the calls before when I've shared, some of the struggles that I've had in my own relationship with my own wife. And, we're both alpha creatures, right? So I'm kind of an alpha male and she's kind of an alpha female. We joke around that, we've got this beautiful picture that we took one time. We're up in the mountain of two rams just butting heads. And it causes a lot of friction sometimes between us. But the times that I have felt where I was losing her have been the times where I evacuated my cockpit, right, to use the language that we talk about. And Jason, what I hear from you is that you get it. You understand that the reason that you're not with her is because you evacuated your cockpit. But I think one thing from my perspective that you're missing is that by giving her the space and evacuating yourself, you pushed her away, right? And I don't know if you want to admit that to yourself or not, but you did that. You pushed her away. What she needed from you, and I'm speaking for her and I don't know her personally, but this is my perspective. What she needed from you was to settle in, and sometimes rams need to butt fucking heads. And my wife and I, sometimes we butt heads, but you know what? Man, she respects the hell out of me the next day or week or whatever it is when she sees that I'm rooted and I'm grounded. And it's not about, asserting power and authority over her, but she can tell who I am and where I stand. And we can disagree and, we have words and we compromise later. And I'm not saying I'm always just saying this is my way or the highway, but I think one thing, and you said it a number of times, Jason, that, you know, you evacuated and you kind of gave that space up. And I think if I'm hearing things from my perspective, that's why things are the way they are right now, right? And for right or for wrong, better or worse, whatever, that's okay. Everything is a learning lesson. But from my perspective, you know, you gave her the space or pushed her away by not being yourself, by not remaining grounded, not being yourself, right? So anyway, that's from my perspective, and I'm not saying I know all the answers, but in the context of my relationship and the way that I've seen things slipping or sticking together, that's how I've seen it.
May I just butt in here?
Go right ahead.
I think that it's important to note that I used him as much to maintain my victimhood as he's used me to maintain his. So it wasn't like, I mean, it was made to sound like this is a recent development. Like this year, he abandoned himself in favor of pursuing whatever I was interested in. This is not a new thing. I've spent much of the relationship telling him over and over to do what's important to him. He's abandoned music on a number of occasions and blamed me, while the whole time I'm like, why don't you have your studio set up? You know you need this for yourself, which isn't me trying to pick on him for that. What I'm saying is that that's been there the whole time. And so something about that, about his evacuation, I didn't want him orbiting me, but is it because of, I haven't evaluated what I'm trying to say fully, so it might come out wrong first, but like the lack of witness, like I could be sloppy with my own energy field because there was no one to witness me doing that, so to speak. I don't know if I got that kind of, I know that I used him, and which isn't to say I didn't love him. I'm saying that, yeah, the love is there, but there's still that prana economy that he and I set up, and I'm sure that I used that to maintain my victimhood. Look, my own partner can't witness me. My own partner can't handle being present with me when I'm having all these emotions and I need to turn down myself.
Yeah, but did you want to take the journey with him to find out why?
I don't know if I can answer that question. I feel like I'm willing to take that sort of journey with anyone that wants to be. I mean, as far as
Yeah, but after you saw how much he, you know, didn't pursue, or music, you were saying, or something else, he's obviously on a path of self-discovery that's kind of subterranean, so to speak, right? And then you notice that, but in a sense, it seems that you abandoned him as well.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not. This isn't all him.
Right? Yeah. But
it's all.
what about that journey of his made you not want to go with him?
There,
He has no.
you hit, eventually you hit a wall where you realize you can't get past. I'm sorry, that's just. I suppose I could be wrong, but if you can't. It's like people with opposing political views having an argument. They're not going to change each other's minds. There's a point where you have to go. There's no reason to expend the energy.
Yeah, but that's why we have to change
No, that's
at least each other's
what I
mind.
used it for. That's what I used it for, right there. I argued with him about this the whole relationship. I'm sure he can confirm that.
This is beautiful. You guys invested so much in each other, and you still couldn't get it. Well, you got to keep doing. But it's just, I think you guys mean so much to each other anyway.
Yeah.
Whole breakup thing is bullshit. I think that globally, though. I think that on everybody. I think we're always connected. But,
But how much do you sacrifice
you
yourself?
guys went through that, and you
Seriously.
exposed yourself to the world in such a way, and your journey has spoken so much about you, both, and you both obviously have a ton of work to do.
No, they don't. Let's hear from James D, because this is not a broken thing. This is not broken.
From James D.
James, go ahead.
There's a lot to do.
Stop.
Thank you.
Go ahead, James D.
Thank you. Is that Steve, right?
Yeah.
Steve, well, so you invest yourself so fucking much, at some point you lose yourself in it. And that's the ongoing sacrifice. You promised me, you promised me, you promised me, which I got that from Chris. The way she explains it is beautiful. So it's, how long do you sacrifice yourself for another?
I never think it's broken, I think quite the contrary. How long do you sacrifice yourself for another?
Forever.
Well,
As long as you want to stay in victimhood.
Your sacrifice, giving of yourself for another, to the point of, where it's going to end your life.
You can't sacrifice yourself for another. You can't do it. Stop fucking pushing codependency. You can't do it. That's how you abandon yourself, and you use the excuse, I'm sacrificing myself for you. I did this all for you. Have some bacon off my back right now. That's not fucking sacrifice. That's masochism. It's walking through the street with a cheese grater, grinding your underarms. Putting on a fucking taco. Stop. If you're in a relationship and you have to look at it like I'm sacrificing, you're abandoning that person. You're abandoning that relationship the moment you look at it as a sacrifice. Guys, Jason is full of shit when he says he came in here to support Chris, because Jason rolled in like a fucking cavalier, making more promises than anyone I've ever seen. I've never felt so abandoned by anyone in this tribe except for Jason Day. And the reason why is because of all the things he promised that he was going to sacrifice on behalf of the tribe. And no matter how many times someone can back me up, I said, please stop giving, please stop giving, please stop giving. I was the one criminalized by Jason for trying to get him to stop. He even said, James, it's because you were afraid I was going to outshine you. And that is not only victimhood, that is Jason strapping himself to the front of the Mad Max fucking vehicle and putting himself as the hood ornament with a ball gag in his mouth, leading the fucking charge. And there's nothing beautiful about it. It's disgusting. But we keep rewarding this kind of shit, this kind of martyrdom. We keep rewarding it as, oh, this is so great. This is amazing. And there's nothing amazing about it, because I love Jason. I don't want to watch him emasculate himself. I don't want to watch him masochize himself. I don't want to watch him sit there and have a contest over how much skin he can pull off himself for everyone else. You do not sacrifice yourself for another relationship. If you find yourself sacrificing for the good of a relationship, you need to have a conversation about what that means, about what you're both doing. Because I think it's your approach to it that's causing that victimhood that's going to spiral out so easily. Jason, within 4 days, he could say, oh, well, the tribe let me down because they refused all my gifts. Because I got him frankincense, then myrrh, and then gold. And they weren't accepting it enough. It's such a, I only know this because I do it. God, man, I only know I could do it. And I'll just say one more thing. Their breakup is not bad. To tell you the truth, guys, there were 4 people in this, not 3. There were 4 people in this because James D had a relationship and so did Jason Day and Chris. There were 4 people in this, and 4 people came across a crossroads and saw each other and said, holy shit, I got a prana economy. What if the electricity from you helps me break up? And what if the electricity from me helps you break up? Why don't we make a 4-way split here? And all 4 of you said, fucking deal, because you were all looking for that anyway. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's prana economy. And afterwards, you're watching your neocortex come in and try and justify, well, it's because they abandoned me, or because I abandoned him, or it's because my sacrifice wasn't big enough, or because I didn't bleed enough, or whatever else. And no, it was all out of convenience. Guys, relationships are supposed to crack you open. They're supposed to. Let it crack you open. Let the breakup fucking crack you open. Do it. But don't show up with a salve, Jason Day. Don't show up with Diane going, I'm not cracked. I got a new fill right here. Don't do that. Because if you do that, Dogmar's going to get pissed because you abandoned her. And she's going to be right to feel that way. And you're held to a higher standard because you walked in saying, I'm the champion of high standards. Here I am. I am here to sacrifice everything. And you abandoned her the first chance you got. I'm sorry I'm being hard on you, but I need you to crack the fuck open. This is not broken. This is process. This is work. This is progress. It's progress. That's all I got. Thank you.
Are you going to call on me?
Go ahead,
I
Dr.
hope so.
Oh, okay. I just want to say, like, on just that pure experiential zetetic level, you know, for me, all of my my Kali rage came through when I witnessed you walking in with this other woman, because internally in the back of my brain, I immediately felt like, whoa. So all this stuff, 5.5 years, so it could have been any woman. It's just like one to the other. You know, for me, that was the kind of pink elephant or the emperor's naked kind of thing that from that moment, I was devastated because I felt like I lost my trust in you, Jason. You know, that was what it was for me. And it was shocking, you know, and your denial of that was even more shocking. So I immediately, at this moment, I do not feel safe around you. I do not feel you have enough salt. You know, just that was my experience in that moment. And I just want you to know that the very thing that you want to stand for is the very thing that is lost in this. And that was so obvious, you know, to be there in the space, to have you come in. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, I guess he's doing all this for Chris. He's saying I'm doing all this for Chris. But why is this other woman suddenly being pulled into this? What is she, you know, doing there? And I know I probably sound like some kind of an uptight asshole, but I just felt that. I felt that. And the fact that you kept wanting to give her space, to me, that's what Randy was addressing, you know? If this is like the person, you know, if you got your salt, you're gonna be like, what? And it's possible to win a woman back. Yeah, it's possible. You know, if you're clear, if you're just kind of lazy, hazy, going back like, oh well, I guess I'll just give her space. That is like violence to a woman. Even though we may say, I want my space, I want my space, but we're just testing, not consciously, but we want to see, is this man got enough erective power to enter through my bullshit and crack me open when I'm saying, I need space, I need space. You know, what I need is a man to come in here and say, shut up, I love you. You know, and I'm not going to take this bullshit from you. You know, but you keep trying to be so nice that you can't penetrate even a peanut with that niceness. You know, and most of us women, we are not peanuts. We've been living in a world that has turned us into, you know, walnuts or coconuts. You know, our shells are much harder than that.
Dagmar,
You know?
I gotta say something quick, please. What I sensed of this was I feel like I was being tested. When James D said, I love Chris and Chris loves me, how do you respond to that? Am I supposed to get angry at James D? Like, fuck you, James D. This is my woman, someone I invested my time with.
Yes.
And then say, go fuck yourself.
What the hell
That's
is
what I'm
this
supposed to
bullshit
do.
about?
Yes.
You know,
Right.
Yes.
you go,
Right.
yeah.
But then I'm supposed to tell Chris, like, no, you need to fucking stop talking to him.
No, you don't.
Get back and focus and shit, right?
No, you claim your woman. You claim your woman.
He's not a possession. Not a possession.
The
But you've been
relationship
acting
is a possession. The relationship is a possession. Please
You've
consider
been acting. Sorry, James. I just was going to say that everything you've said so far, Jason, every time you say, well, I wanted her and I gave her this and I thought it would be important to give her the best of this, you were treating her like a possession. You know, you were dancing around her. So I'm just,
She told me she loves someone else. When somebody tells you that you love somebody else,
never listen to what women say. You gotta feel. You gotta feel.
Well, okay, then James D comes in and says, I love her and she loves me. And so I'm like, all right, you guys obviously love each other. Why would I want to stand in the way of something like that? If this is important for you,
Jason,
Chris,
I'm not.
Total like, okay, my bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm cutting you off. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying, Jason, there's nothing wrong. I so feel like there's nothing wrong with this beautiful dance that you all are in. I don't feel that, oh, you should have been. No, none of that. I'm just letting you know in retrospect, you were asking, you know, Randy was giving you some input about, you know, what it would look like to have salt. So I'm just saying that's you know, the part of you that wants to be nice, the part of you that wants to be, you know, careful and all that, it's beautiful, but it's not enough when you're in a deep relationship with someone. Just like in this dojo, if we were all just trying to be nice and polite and careful and safe, nothing would happen, you know. So we all take chances, and of course, you know, I mean, it's not easy. I'm like burning up right now. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm speaking.
I mean, as you've heard, I think they both wore it down. I mean,
please don't interrupt me. Okay, I'm done.
But I'm just saying, as she said, you know, they both wore it down. So they're both on the outs. That's how I'm looking.
We're going deeper than that, though, Sviatoslav. Here, we're not. You know, we're going into this is like the deep dance of the masculine, the he and the she. You know, this is some powerful shit. This isn't something that you just kind of go, well, you know, oh, I understand because they were feeling this way. This is, you know, we're breaking it down here. This is uncomfortable shit. And I'm so grateful that you guys, you know, brought this in. And I know it takes courage for you, Jason, and for you, James, and you, Chris, and everyone who's contributing. You know, I think this is the only way we ever learn that, you know, we're not going to shrivel up and die if we expose something that is not kosher or comfortable. So thank you.
Thank you so much for what you just said, Dagmar. That was really brilliant. And
yes, thank you, Dagmar. Thank you, hon.
I needed to hear that also. You know, I think a lot of us do, you know, because I've done this before too. We ask women what they want and they tell us, and when, like that I want space thing that you just said, when what they really want is you to just step in and say, I love you. And Whew, I feel that one down deep.
Nick, I don't mean to interrupt you, man.
Oh,
I
sorry.
have to say something. I have to bring something up to also that I didn't recognize that the relationship was ending until, and James, Drew, I got to bring that conversation up you and I had, because I felt like it was an eye-opening conversation. I had a conversation with James True that, look, relationship's ending. And if you're not angry with Chris, because you're not being angry, you're not being angry with James, you're not being angry with Chris. It's, if you're not angry, you need to get angry. I'm like, I don't understand why. I mean, if Chris doesn't want to be in a relationship with me and she's got feelings for somebody else, I'm not going to hold her away from that. I'm not going to fight for something like that.
You're supposed to be
It's not
angry
my
at
place.
yourself. I was wanting you to be angry at yourself, not her.
I found that after I sat in those woods and fucking sat there, I recognized that when I started directing my anger towards Chris and towards James D, I had nobody to be fucking angry at but my own self. I recognize that. I've learned that. But I took that conversation with you, but you gave me the information that you need to get into yellow belt. You need to understand that she's not coming back. This is over with. You need to understand that. And then you need to go from there. You need to work into red belt and get angry with her. Even if you're not angry right now, you need to get angry with her. And then I did that. And I recognized, wow, James D, Chris, they don't need to be directed that anger towards them. So I started understanding if the only person to be angry at is my own damn self for evacuating myself. And then leading Chris into a situation where I'm like, I'm not even there because we're just trying to figure out what to do. And I accept responsibility and accountability for my actions. And yes, this whole situation been very fucking painful. Probably the greatest vitriol I've had this whole year. That's all I wanted to share. I had to share that, but I do appreciate, I'm sincerely grateful for all the wisdom that's being shared today. Thank you. Let's continue.
One tiny thing to add to what you said, Nicholas. It's not enough to just say, I love you. It's not the words, it's not the words. What I'm just using those words. It could be anything. It could be like, your sneakers stink and I'm coming in, It doesn't matter what you say. It's about the energy of not being afraid of the armor or of the vitriol that might come out of a woman, to like treating her like she is a mini replica of the weather, and you're not going to complain about the weather. You're going to walk into the rain. You walk into the rain, right? You don't go like, oh fuck, I can't believe it's raining, or maybe it's raining because the cloud over there, and you start explaining it. So I'm talking about just the entry into that water, that it's not the words necessarily, though they can help, but it's the energy that you come in, that you have your full-on spiritual erection, and that you penetrate through the mask or the lie or the fear or whatever. That's fun. It's a fun game. I would imagine it might be fun as a man to enter without a diving suit, to go into the ocean without the oxygen mask, just like, I'm going in, and it's deeply pleasurable for a woman to be really seen in the mess, and in the weather. That is us. Just wanted to add that.
Thank you so much for adding that, Dagmar. It's a powerful lesson, and I really appreciate it. Well, James D, I'm going to pass the talking stick to you, my friend.
Thank you. So I was married for 10 years. Last 4 of those years, something clicked, something switched. I began this journey that I'm on. And the more I was on it, the more and more I recognized that my wife would not go on this journey with me. The more and more I felt distant. I felt that gap begin to form. And it got really, really bad. And after I found this dojo, I found James, I found the dojo, I found all of this, and started to learn more and more about evacuation, I realized what I was doing. I realized that I was putting up a false persona of myself. I was sacrificing myself for a relationship that I no longer cared for. Because I was changing, I was growing, and she just would not recognize that. And it hurt. It hurt a lot. And it still does hurt. So after connecting with Chris and Jason, and witnessing the dynamics of their relationship, I realized, may not even be the right word. I started to get very inspired by Chris as she was talking to me, telling me about everything that she was going through. And then I witnessed her start to action things. And it just inspired me so much to where I did what I did. Okay. And the synchronicities were tremendous. But I would also like to share with everybody that I don't remember exactly when the energy started, but there was this energetic connection between Chris and I. A fucking palpable energy. I swear to God, my heart, I could feel my fucking heart. And I still do. It starts to pulsate and palpitate when I'm in the presence of her energy. This vibration within. I can't explain it. Chris can't explain it. We don't know what it is. There's just this fucking deep, deep connection. And the energy was so fucking tremendous, and it still is, that it drew us even harder to one another. So I just wanted everybody, I guess, to realize that there's another dynamic there. There is a extremely strong connection. I don't know if it's divine masculine and feminine interacting or what. For some reason, it almost feels ancient to me. I don't know why. I feel like there's a deep knowing between us when we look at each other. So there was another dynamic involved that attracted a magnetic pull between Chris and I. And at some point in our powwows outside the dojo, it began to manifest itself. And it was bizarre. You know, I went 2 full days without eating anything, and I just wasn't hungry, and I was stinging. All those times you guys seen me in dojo, sharing, winded, having all this energy It was that fucking energy. I mean, I've never fucking experienced anything like it. I'm over fucking charged. And of course, I'm trying to learn how to deal with that energy, you know, discharge it or focus it into, you know, whatever I choose to be my focus for that moment. So I just wanted to bring that to the floor. But I'm not going to sacrifice my happiness anymore. You know, if you don't do yourself first, then if you're not making yourself happy, then you can't please anyone else. You just can't. Because you are an evacuated individual. You don't know who the fuck you are, what the fuck you are, what you want to really do with your life.
Hey, James, I'm just going to butt in here real quick. You know, we're getting down to the end here, and, you know, there's people with their hands up, and it's like, how are we ever going to do this justice, right? So if anybody wants to stay on, we can keep going on this. And no one's required to stay, of course. But I'd like to offer you guys my witness, because this is a big situation. And so how does anybody feel about that?
Yeah, I'd like to stay too if anyone wants to keep going. And I appreciate Nick showing the respect that the dojo ends at 2, but I'd be happy to stay longer too if anyone wants to keep going. I think this is really, really good dojo stuff. So I'm
I have to take a short break, and just a short break. I've got to run and do something real quick, but I'll definitely stay, and love to hear what anybody else has to say. But yes, I'm just gonna step out for a second. I'll be here, but I'll be right back.
Before you go, before you go, bro. I just got a quick question to James D. Are you able to look back at your previous relationship now, and, you know, see it with like a whole lot more compassion?
I recognize that I do try to apply compassion, and I recognize that her and I, are on 2 very different paths. Is the way I have what's the word I'm looking for? Justified it to myself. So does that answer your question?
Oh, big time. Thanks, man.
I'll give it over to anybody else.
Thanks, you all. Yeah. Thanks so much for all this. This is, we've all been wondering about you. You know, we've all been thinking about you and feeling you. So yeah, it's good that this is finally coming up. And I'm not afraid to admit I don't even really know where to take it from here. But we're just feeling this electricity, and we're all just doing the best we can to stay in our cockpit. And so I kind of have faith that we're doing exactly what we need to do.
Hey, Nick, maybe I'll jump in here for a minute.
Sure.
You know, I'm sitting here and I'm kind of watching the conversation, and you know, spoke up a little bit as well. And you know, as I hear Chris and Jason and James, a couple things strike me. And by the way, well, I guess Jason's gone. I want to say I wasn't trying to come at him too hard. I guess I was trying to swing a board, but you know, you've said it, James True has said it as well. You know, we express these things because we love each of you guys and we want all you guys to be your best selves. And it's funny, James D, as you were just talking a minute ago, you know, in the beginning you started talking about the connection between you and Chris, which is great. But I also felt you justifying, you know, what happened. And I think it's because I can tell that you genuinely care for Jason and you care for this dojo and you care for this tribe. I think each of you do. And we can all feel that as well. So, you know, hopefully this is all coming across from the standpoint that, you know, we see you guys and we see how you're working on yourselves, and it's a beautiful thing. And, you know, thank you for bringing this here and allowing the boards to fly a little bit, because you guys are learning, but we're learning from it as well, in real time. So, you know, it's hard to process it all in the moment, but I'm sure each of us will take away a lot from this conversation.
That's well said, Josh. That's well said. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'll let you go here in just a minute, Svatoslav. But I just wanted to say, you know, when James D was explaining the electricity between him and Chris, I noticed in the chat, you know, that Dogmar said, please don't explain it. And once again, I don't even know what to say about that, but that's just, that's a beautiful perspective. And so, yeah, like Josh said, this might not be me in the hot seat right now, but I'm learning from this too. Because that explaining, that's a tendency I have too. Big time. Let's see. Is this... Hey, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My bad. Давай, ciao. I think it's awesome that he said the way it justifies it to himself, because it shows that he still has like tremendous feelings for his previous relationship, and it's just it shows his humanity incredibly, you know, because like if he was just like, oh well, yeah, that's behind me now, that would be awful. But the way he justifies it to himself, that's beautiful, because
and that was kind of what Jason did, didn't he?
Just so much time in his life, you know, and that he's still, you know, it has so much tied to it. You know, it's beautiful.
That's well put. That's well put, Steve. You know, it's like James True would say, you know, James D showed his undercarriage a bit there. And
oh yeah. And that's why I thanked him for it. Right? That's why I thanked him for it.
That's a beautiful thing. That's what Jason is. That's what
he's a beautiful man. As is Jason, you know, for, you know, in a sense, stepping aside that I see here. You know.
I just want to say something about James. You know, he shared some stuff with us, and you know, he was one of the people I wanted to see the most, in a sense that he has shared so many deep things, and it was like we made a connection in a way, like with Dagmar and stuff like that, where when you meet in person, it just magnifies it even more. And I was like, man, I so badly wanted to see, you know, I am, you know, I wanted to see that. I'll see it myself, and I wanted that so badly to see him. I mean, he's one of the guys I wanted to meet the most, and man, I was just kind of a bump. But it's
Jason
like
or James?
Still.
Jason or James?
James.
Yeah. I wanted to meet both of them, but Jason for sure. I mean, James also. Damn.
Well, obviously it's true. True's the most. He's the one that brings it all together. But you know, it's just like the people who share themselves. You know, it's not like the intellectual, the mind. I could care less. It's those people who share the heart that really has a connection. I could give a shit about what someone says in a university, and you're going to regurgitate it to me. I can go look that for myself. But those people who share the heart, man, that's the true power. So I just, you know, those are the people who I'm connected to. It's like yesterday. Oh my goodness, man. I mean, we've all, you know, shit our pants. But when Ava shared that story, I was like, fuck. Automatically had a connection with her, like right then. And I'm like, man. And it's just beautiful when people share pain that heals them and heals me at the same time. It's just beautiful. So I missed the conversation today, what happened, but I can already tell, you know, the emotion already. I'm pretty stoked about rewatching this and getting from it. But I just appreciate the people who are willing to brave through, you know, the vitriol of disclosing the pain, for they can heal and heal us at the same time. It's beautiful. Thank you.
It's trauma bonding. It's like a healthy form of trauma bonding when Ava shared that with us. And you feel that in your adrenals. When someone else feels that, you feel it echo. It runs through you. We all felt the passion James D just expressed. I felt that. I feel that. It's still rippling, James. I can still see it. And it's palpable. And that's why we're here. Jason, you're back now, and I stayed because I wanted to give you more space. I don't know if you even need more space. You might be done. You might be sick of this. I don't know. But I just want you to know that's why I stayed.
I thank you, and I appreciate that, James. You really are a brother to me, man. I love you, and I appreciate what you do. You know, I got to admit something. I sent a message that got forwarded on to James, and it was a text message, and it came out as something fucking terrible, and he took it as something terrible. I said, I don't have the message right in front of me, but what James got out of it was, and this is hard to say because it came out as like, I feel like I'm having falling out with James because I didn't feel like he appreciated the things that I brought to the tribe, and it didn't feel like you were trying to create leaders. It felt like you were trying to create followers, which felt cultish to me, kind of like Charles Manson. Not saying that you're like Charles Manson, because I don't believe you would kill anybody. In fact, I love you, and I think you're always about helping. You're not trying to create a cult, and that's miscommunication with understanding what you're trying to do. But since we had a conversation on the phone the other day, you helped clarify a lot of that. And I hope you understand. I don't believe you're a mass murderer or anything like that, or you're trying to create some kind of cult. I don't believe that. I think what you're doing is beautiful. And you have my support. But I also want to let you know that I'm doing me now. I'm being neutral. I'm going to still be here. I'm going to still pay attention. I'm going to still be part of this and give my witness. But I guess I'm moving forward with, I'm going to go do some music. Like you write in your book. I'm going to go write an album and do what Jason Day knows how to do best. Love himself on the best level ever. This dojo today, I was looking forward to this. I knew it was going to happen, but again, I had to allow this to take place in a natural time where I feel like Chris was ready and the James D was ready to do this. I didn't want to just like, hey, drop some dimes and you know, and then not have the space for people to actually work through this, because I feel much taller again today. Because we're able to open this out on the floor, we're able to share this with people that we're all here to love and care for one another. We're all here to put boards right in our faces, to slap each other in the head, to say, hey, wake the fuck up, man. So those things, again, I wanted to admit that I shared something and it got kind of misconception. It was a phone game. So please don't think I think you're a cult leader and that you're a mass murderer. Please don't believe that. please understand that I love you and I support you right back. And I appreciate the fact that I'm able to be honest with you and I don't have anything to lie or hold anything back to you. I can be as truthful to you as I possibly can. As honest as I am with myself, I can be as honest with you. I still feel like moving forward, allowing Chris for us to separate, I feel like that's the best direction for me. And even doing so, it doesn't mean that I'm totally cutting her out of my life. I want her, if she's still listening, I want her to know that I still appreciate and respect and love her very much. But I feel like we need to separate, and I feel like we can still, once we've healed, continue to contact and keep in touch with each other and help one another out. I opened that door for her that she's always open. I can't see us sharing an intimate relationship anymore. I mean, on a level, if you guys understand what that means, but I just want her to know that she has my support right along with you, James, everybody here, even James D. I know what we're going through right now, brother. It was like, this is not fucking easy. We wouldn't value this if it wasn't. And that, I understand what that energy that Chris gives. She gives that for a lot of people. And the problem being that she loves to be able to find guys that can actually hold space and understand she's drawing love out from you. That it's not just her. She's allowing you that space for you to show your power within you. And the problem happens, and she'll express this too. I'm surprised she said, maybe I missed it, that she's afraid that guys fall in love with her, and then she has to cut him, push him away. And that makes her upset because she wants to have that connection with men. But she wants to also recognize that you have that power within you to love yourself. It's not just her, but that connection makes it feel like it's her. She's a powerful woman, and I appreciate and respect her. And I hope the tribe does the same and loves and respects her just as much as I do, because I care about her. Like I said, she's very important to me, just like you guys are too as well. And I appreciate you, James, for staying over, man. I respect and love that. We really needed this. We really needed to be able to talk about this, to move forward and heal from it.
Jason, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I can. Go ahead, Dagmar.
As you're speaking, I just want to reflect to you what it feels like to me. It feels like you're kind of summarizing and kind of empowering yourself, getting I feel like you're standing there and you're saying, see, I'm in charge of everything and I got it and I love you and I love you and I care about all of you. I don't know. I just felt like I felt like some of the stuff that we just went through, it felt like it was kind of dismissed.
Wasted. Wasting my witness. My precious fucking witness is fucking gold, and you're shitting all over it and wasting it.
I don't think so.
How fucking magnanimous you are and how fucking great this is and how much you support everybody. It's fucking disgusting. Right now, I've been struggling with a woman that I care about. I fucking crazy about her. And she's with another man, and I fucking hate that guy. I can't fucking stand him. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, I support you, Andy, no matter what you do. I think that you're a wonderful creature, and I just really want you to grow. No, I fucking hate that guy. He's a fucking reptile. I can't be in the same room with him. I'm sure as hell not going to join a fucking dojo with him and hang out going, oh, this is fucking great. I'm really learning how to work on myself.
But you can't compare him to James.
Fine, Steve. Fine, Steve. You got it all figured out. Fucking figure it the fuck out. I know what adrenals feel like. I know what authenticity feels like. And I know who wins the mat is the person with the most authenticity. And I don't fucking see shit from you, Jason. I don't see shit. I hear you telling me how great everyone is equally. How equally, I accept everyone. I bet you love everyone unconditionally is what it is. I love you unconditionally, Steve. And everything you say, I'm going to fucking love equally because I accept you fully because I'm going to show you my nipples all the time no matter what because I'm the whore of fucking Babylon. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, man.
Shani, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Don't WhatsApp, Jason.
Shani's awesome. Listen.
Jason, you're diverting.
Okay, look. If you want to hear what I have to say, is that there's no excuse for a woman that loves a man to hold space for another man. There's no excuse for that. What she did was share intimacy with somebody, and that drew him into an energetic connection with her. And that excuse was that I love you and I love him. And
Well,
do you
then,
do with that?
if there's no excuse, Jason, why aren't you on the floor pounding it and weeping from the betrayal, okay? Because you're just being full of shit. You're being full of shit. Is there an excuse for a man being with a woman for 5.5 years and then bringing some other woman and immediately going to bed with her? Is there an excuse for that? You don't think that hurts? You don't think that makes a woman feel like, well, I guess I could have been any woman. He just wants any woman. That, you know.
The moment that she tells me she has feelings for somebody else and that she loves somebody and that person loves me, that betrayed me. Do you think I'm going to sit there and cry about that? No, I'm going to support you and go forward because I don't need that.
You need to cry about it.
Because if you... with somebody that's going to say I love somebody else they just met on fucking Zoom chat. I'm like, fuck that, cool. You know, all the support and love and fucking shit I've done for you, take my shirt off my fucking back. Fuck that. You're right. I don't need to cry for that shit. I move the fuck on. Because I got fucking balls. I got myself. I fucking stepped down to fucking hold support for somebody that did hold support for me. You know, this motherfucker right here loves and respects himself on a level like fucking no other. I would die for each one of you. In fact, before I went to Iraq, recognized I might not come back, but I'm gonna make sure a brother or fucking sister comes home. And you know, for fucking shit, for fucking somebody to tell me I got feelings for somebody else that I met on fucking Zoom chat, it's like, well, that's fucking all you got? Go right ahead. Adios, amigo.
It wasn't
just around to fight for that shit.
It wasn't just no.
For that shit. Fight for my fucking shit back.
It wasn't just a fucking Zoom chat. It was the Dojo fucking Zoom chat, and you gave your girl to a fucking Dojo, and that's cool. I'm cool with that shit.
She cut out. She went behind my fucking back and started chatting with this motherfucker without me being there. You know what? I allowed her that trust. I allowed her that respect.
You gave a girl to the Dojo.
Respect for herself and James Dean. And what the fuck? I get told to shut the fuck up?
What? You gave your girl to the Dojo, and I say thank you. You're welcome. You are fucking welcome. But she's not a fucking possession. She's a goddess. She's a power fucking person. I know, but the relation, dude, she's a person in the sense of the prawn economy. In the prawn economy, that's what happened. That transaction.
Hey, all right. I'm muting everybody, and I'm stepping in. Take a fucking breath, Jason. Calm the fuck down. You're not moving on. You're changing the subject. And we expect better from you in here, my friend.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just going to disagree. Jason, let that shit out. And Svetoslav, stop interrupting. Let him fucking bleed it out right now.
Shut the fuck up, Steve. Shut the fuck up. Stop encouraging Jason to calm down. Stop encouraging him to shut up. Shut your goddamn mouth. It took us an hour and a half to get him to fucking talk, and you're telling me how bad it is. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's good.
Matt, say something.
Good.
Matt, tell me how you're feeling.
I'm feeling like I want to hear more from Jason, and I want Svetoslav to stop interrupting. This is what we're here to do. Pull this shit out. Jason is fucking letting it out finally. Like James said, we need to let it come. Get pissed, Jason. I'm feeling it now for you, man.
You're in a safe place, Jason?
Yeah, I'm sitting over on a truck stop, man. Just chilling, man.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah, I am. I had to pull over the side of the road because I figured this was going to be an emotional event for me, and I needed this. I said, man, all I know right now is what's important for me. And it has nothing to do with me bringing another person in my life. This person I've known for many years, and it has shown more support in this fucking past month for anything that I had. And I know it looks bad for me to bring somebody new to somebody, but man, I needed a different perspective. I needed to see things from a different point of view, and I'm grateful for that. It was new vitriol for me. All I know is, man, look, I'm trying to fucking learn. I'm trying to fucking move forward in this fucking society that we've got fucking strapped onto us, man. I don't have all the fucking answers. For anybody to be in this fucking dojo, they you fucking know goddamn answers or know what to fucking do. I don't believe that shit. I don't fucking believe it. So what I'm trying to do is trying to input what I feel is important to me and being honest. If that means letting go of a fucking relationship because there's an excuse, because I'm not holding fucking whatever, this and that, and you don't give me any fucking room to grow or any patience to be and fucking change, fine. Then I don't need to be with that person. That to me is disrespectful and betrayal. And do I need to shut somebody down because they find feeling for her, which I don't even know if they're that fucking genuine? No, I don't need to. In fact, I'll encourage that. Because if that person finds more importance and more fucking time and energy to save and to share with that, then cool, go right ahead. Because I'll tell you what, if you fucking recognize that, I was able to fucking die, do whatever the fuck, to help and support you like you fucking supported me. That's what I was doing. And you know what? I got out of my fucking aperture, out of my fucking cockpit to do so because I know I'm that fucking powerful to get right back inside and fucking move forward and charge. I have charge in my fucking life more than these people don't know. You fucking don't even know who I am. All the gifts that I brought, shit, I'd have poured more on it, but I was wanting to be able to fucking be there and give everything from my soul and from my heart and let you know how loving and generous a person that I am. But when I'm fucking disrespected and when I'm fucking told this and that, fuck that. I don't have time or space for that. I don't. I do not. I do not. And I gladly move on out of respect, allow things to be, and continue to grow and continue to learn. Because each day, Dojo is allowing me to fucking learn and allow me to chop some fucking boards. And I'm so fucking on fire right now that, you know, only direction I know how is right in front of me. And that's loving me and attending to myself. And anybody that comes in my life, they don't have to change. They don't have to fucking find their salt. They don't have to fucking do anything for me. I'm gonna love and accept them just how they are. And I'm not gonna tell them I don't need to be around that person because they don't know who the fuck they are either. I'm gonna hold space for them and be patient for them. Because a lot of times we don't know who the fuck we are. If you can ask and answer what do you want in life and you can't fucking answer that question, you don't know who the fuck you are. You need to find yourself, find your passions. And that's what Jason Day's doing. Jason Day was fucking tending to a passion for somebody I loved and could see where they could be put into place to allow their talents and their purpose to actually thrive. And I was just laying down a fucking carpet to that fucking direction. And with it, I was so fucking excited, so fucking happy, ready to share my entire life, sacrifice everything, every fucking thing that I have, including a relationship, to contribute, to fucking rise. This has nothing to do about fucking whether you like me or not. This is just who the fuck I am. I don't hate myself. No. This motherfucker loves himself. He does. Loves his family. Loves his brothers. Loves his sisters. You talk to any of my fucking brothers and sisters, they'll tell you the same thing. When Jason Day fucking starts talking about doing something, he's doing it the next fucking day. I don't want to be a victim anymore. I choose not to be. I choose to be a real, genuine, authentic motherfucker.
Where's your boundaries? Do you have boundaries right now? Because I don't think you do. You just got through saying your next partner, you're going to accept no matter who they are. What if your next partner is violating your boundaries? Is it your job to accept that, to sacrifice yourself to accept that? No matter who they are, no matter what they are, you're not going to get them to change it all, right? Because that's not what real love is, right? Real love doesn't require you to change. It's unconditional. That's what you said, right?
I do have conditions. I do have conditions.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
This is great. Because if without conditions, you are the whore of Babylon. Do you understand? You will accept whatever, no matter what. And that's not love. That's not love. That's not love. You peeling bacon off your back is not love. So what are your boundaries right now? Do you like Jason D right now? Do you like him?
James D?
Yeah. Do you like James D right now?
Like him?
Yeah.
I don't think it's about liking anybody. I'm not understanding this, James. I don't understand
like
if it's about liking.
Okay. Are you willing to sacrifice yourself to help other people? You said it all the time.
I'm learning. Recently, I'm learning that that I've sacrificed myself in order to make other people's happy.
You know what would really help
playing a role of a victim. That's playing a role of a victim.
You know what would really help the tribe right now is if you were to sacrifice some love to wish that James D and Chris have a beautiful life and they have a great weekend together. And in fact, you could maybe give them some money so they could go off on a weekend together. I mean, that would be sacrifice. Can you do that? You love them as much as you love me. You said you'd do anything for the tribe. You told me you were willing to rent an apartment so Alejandro and Nate could have a place to stay. Will you rent an apartment so that Chris and James D can be together? You see how this selfless stuff isn't going to work, Jason? It's never going to work. You're going to bankrupt. You've already bankrupted yourself because of how selfless you've been. You are going to want people to change around you. You're going to want people to have a certain spine, a certain electricity to them before you're going to allow them the privilege of your witness. And you don't know that right now, Jason, because you think what makes you acceptable is your ability to carve yourself into pieces for other people. And that's what you need to shed. That's why I refused your potlatch. That's why I said, take your potlatch and shove it up your ass, because I didn't want that. Because it's bullshit. It's superficial. It's horror Babylon stuff. You understand?
Yes. Yes.
You got this, Jason. And it's going to start with your boundaries. It's going to start with your boundaries.
I recognize what you're saying. And I recognize that you're right. I put my happiness on fucking hold to help everybody else. That's put me into victimhood right there. I recognize that. And I'm done with it. That's why I've said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done doing that.
Has Chris fucked you hard? Did Chris fuck you hard? Why are you even thinking about this? Why are you even thinking about this? I'm going to ask everybody here to shake your head yes or no. Did Chris fuck Jason hard?
Yes.
Did James D fuck Jason hard?
Yes.
Right? This is what happens. They didn't do it to you personally. James D, you know what I'm saying, right, James D? I hope you hear you have electricity for this, I hope. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
It was actually a bigger plan involving a lot more people than just Jason Day and Chris do.
You need boundaries, Jason. I want you to have boundaries. When you have boundaries, you're going to get fucking pissed. And you're going to say, Chris, you fucking bitch. You just fucked me so hard. I just gave all this and this and this and this and this. My fucking God, James D, I'm going to fucking kill you, you motherfucker. That is the person I love. Even if you don't mean it. You told me, you just got through telling everyone, hey, I respect everyone here. I want everyone to be okay, which means that your respect for me is about as high as someone who would steal the love of your life. That's how much respect you have for me. James, I respect you so much that if someone else was to shiv me, I would have the same amount of respect for you as them. That's not a boundary, Jason. That's nobody. That's nobody.
Gotta hand it to you. You got it. I didn't catch it. Thank you.
Eric P's got his hand up.
Thanks. Man, I am so glad I stayed and didn't leave at 2 o'clock. I just want to thank everybody who was sharing and expressing today, because man, this dojo is fully charged. I am vibrating from all the vitriol flying around. I'm loving it. This is awesome. And that's really all I wanted to say, guys. I think this is probably the best dojo that I've been in so far. And James True, everything that you're saying to him, 100%. It's like, I definitely think, you know, he has the electricity for it.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Thanks for taking all this vitriol, you know. But it needed to happen, didn't it? I mean, we were all kind of wondering, and, you know, on Friday night, Brent brought me a guitar that you donated to the tribe, and I tried to play it, you know. Now I know why I didn't want to play the thing. In hindsight, I probably should have thrown the fucking thing on the fire.
Go, Jason.
Oh, yeah, Jason. Did I say James?
No, you're good. You're good, Nick. I'm totally overstepping your toes. Sorry, Nick. Go ahead, Jason.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. This is all uncharted territory, right?
Yeah, Diane's been in the car the whole time.
Yeah, I'm speechless because you could tell he really, really had a lot invested when he exploded. That's wild. You saw it, dude. I didn't see it.
All right. I think we should probably close it up, Nicholas. Unless Jason's going to say something.
I don't have the words, my man. I
Yeah.
don't. I'm not gonna sit here and think I know everything and gonna be able to say some fucking home run words. My feelings tell me right now I'm doing what's right. It may not look like that to you guys here, and I understand. Each to our own. I hope that I can continue to come back to Dojo and continue working. Yeah, looking from the outside in, I appreciate fucking boards today. I appreciate slaps in the face. I'm walking away fucking tougher man. I know that. I'm not dismissing anything here. I'm probably gonna rewatch this just to fucking let it soak in. There's some great wisdom shared today. Very powerful dojo. I'm still fucking on fire about this shit. But I'm not gonna claim to know that I know everything. I know I know what I'm capable of doing. I know when I set my mind to something, best get out of the way because I will fucking accomplish. I will fucking crush.
Just want to let you know that's not true because you told me you were full on 1,000% into this tribe in the campground. We were going to do this and get this land and get all this other stuff. And dude, everything you fucking said is just bullshit.
Right. Well, because I wasn't tending myself. I was not being selfish. I was looking out for everybody else.
Yep.
Can I say something? May I just add something just as we're closing? I just want you to know, Jason, I do love you, and no, that's not going to stop. That's a given. But at this moment, I don't know if I trust your witness for me, and I want to be able to trust your witness, but I feel like you step forward, you come in with the goods, and then you pull back. So that's all. And I'm monitoring my trust that way. That's what it feels like. I don't know. I feel like I have, it's not going to be a reciprocal witness.
Guys, thanks for staying over. I appreciate that.
Real quick, Jason, I know we're closing up. Jason, you're on fire right now. I just want to know how you feel about James D right now and how you feel towards Chris. Because when someone asked you that, you ran up against the wall and backed out and you closed up your shirt and you didn't even want to go there. I just want to know, while you're on fire right now, just share some of that with us. How's that electricity feeling right now?
The way I see this is that James D fell in love with Chris because Chris A was able to pull out from James D salt that he had this whole time, but was evacuated within this relationship. All right. So what happened? What always happens with every guy that Chris fucking opens up, connects with, they fall in love with her. And Chris is like, no, that's not what I fucking want. I want you to wake up and witness your own love and your own power. So when I look at him, why do I be mad at somebody like that? Because I recognize these are the type of men that fall in love with him. Do I got to be mad at him for that? No. But do I look at him and say, hey, dude, she's just trying to show you that you can love yourself on a fucking different level and you don't need me. But my connection with you allowed that. So do I want to be mad with her? The only person really be mad again with my own self. But then Chris going on and fucking saying, hey, I'm going to open this space up to somebody. I'm going to be intimate with him and I'm going to allow him to fucking get feelings for him instead of shutting that shit down. But that's, what I'm saying? That's her. I can't control what she does. Within our relationship, I didn't even let her go over to places where she knew guys and fucking cuddle with them while they watched fucking TV and was okay with that. Beforehand, I wasn't because I couldn't trust a woman. I had problems with every relationship I was in. They fucking left with another fucking guy. So for me to trust a woman wasn't happening until I met Chris, until I recognized just because I'm coming into her life doesn't mean she has to stop her friends, guys that she'd go hang out with, just cuddle. And I know everybody looks like that's fucking intimate. That's almost worse than sex because sex is sex. But showing and sharing intimacy like that, dude, that's fucking cheating on somebody.
I just look the other way. I recognize maybe it's not. Maybe it's a fucking way for me to get some vitriol and be strong. So my fucking direction towards James D, bro, I got no fucking, I look for myself. The only kind of hate I would have for him is him fucking falling in love with her and not really recognizing what she's trying to do for him. And grab his own fucking balls and fucking move forward instead of, anybody can look at it like, yeah, I preyed on my fucking relationship with somebody I care for deeply. And don't see the whole fucking dynamic because you can't. Not from fucking sitting in your own chair and watching somebody across your cell phone. That's fucking bullshit. There's energy that needs to be transferred and shared right there. So there's a lot of things, again, my brother, that I don't have all the answers for. I'm going to direct my focus energy right here.
Jason, I got to say,
I'm moving forward with
Jason,
every little fucking moment, every little movement. I'm going to direct right here. I'm going to love myself even more. And I know I get right back in my cockpit. Jason Day is going to fucking crush. And you guys you can hold any opinion about me you want. It's going to bounce right off this fucking chest. And I'm going to hold on to it. I might take it as a suggestion. I might chew on it for a while, but it's not going to alter or change who the fuck I am. I love who I am. I love you guys too.
Jason, I gotta say there, man, I saw Matt's limbic system asking your limbic system a question and your amygdala answered. That was a bunch of fucking bullshit. And that's why Dogmar and me and everybody else feel so insulted right now, man. You're just insulting our fucking intelligence.
It's because you think you have the fucking answer. Do you got a fucking answer for me, motherfucker? It's because you think you have the fucking answer? Fuck that. Tell me I'm insulting you.
All you had to say is, I don't know how to answer that right now. You didn't have to fucking bullshit us.
Shut your fucking whore mouth.
Well, you shut your whore mouth, Jason. You're fucking jerking us off here. You're saying it's raining and you're pissing down our fucking back, asshole.
Jerk you off. Yeah, that's my intentions, to jerk you guys the fuck off. That's my intentions.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a great job, whore.
Wow.
I don't care about your intentions. I only care about your electricity, Jason. What happens with the exchange? Because your intention was to help the tribe. Your intention was to unite. Your intention was to be a leader. Your intention was to be a moderator. Your intention was to do all these things. And afterwards, I found out you were only doing this for Chris. That Chris was the one that wanted in the tribe, and you were just following her. No. You were just giving her the space she needed, in which required you to abandon yourself so that you can help her.
It was a combined decision, James. We both wanted to find group people like yourself and work within you guys. That's what it was. It was combined effort. But then when I see fucking a tribe member fucking prying into my relationship, yeah, I'm going to lose love for that. Yes, I'm going to lose love for fucking trying to support that, especially when she tells me she loves another fucking man. When I'm sitting there like, let's do this together, and you're like, but I'm falling in love with a fucking guy on Zoom chat. Yes, I'm going to lose a little bit of love for that. That's why I told you the other day, I'm going to be neutral. I'm going to kick back. I'm going to fucking bear witness. This isn't about me, okay? This tribe isn't not about me. It's about everyone here together, working together. What you guys have allowed to me, I did not come here to jerk you off. Nada. Please get that out of your fucking head. I love and respect one everybody. We don't have all the fucking answers. And I appreciate, again, what you're sharing with me, you're right. It seems like I was there for Chris. Yes, because I seen her fucking power. I seen how powerful that person can be and how effective she can talk from her heart. She's an amazing, brilliant person.
Yeah, but it doesn't bother you. It doesn't bother you if she cuddles with someone or if she meets someone else and falls in love. You're fine with that. It doesn't bother you.
She would tell you the same fucking thing, man. If there was another girl that came in or another woman came in my life and you left off of it, I'd be like, good job. And I respect that same thing. She's not a possession. We are two powerful people allowing yourself to stay in victimhood because it got comfortable. And then we got tired of fucking living in Babylon. We recognized that you could use some help, that you were trying to get some people, campground, all this good stuff was going down. The thing was going down. All this stuff was going down, man. I was like, let's do something. Let's fucking just get out there.
I know, and you're not here. And the month it was all going down, you're not here. And you're telling us how amazing you are and how kick-ass you are and how you're going to be there for everyone because all you do is crush, and you're not fucking here. In fact, I think there's another girl in your car right now. Not only are you not fucking here, but there's another girl in your fucking car as we're talking about why you should be mad because the last girl was actually cutting with other people. That the guy that she claims to love is in the fucking chat, and you're not even mad at him. So you're not here. You're not here for you. You're not here for anybody. And it's hard. It's hard as fuck. This shit is hard as fuck, man, because you don't know about boundaries yet. You don't know it's okay. You don't know it's okay to have them. Because you've been told your identity is a pack mule. You're a fucking pack mule. You've been told that your whole life. It's why you think that you did good by being a pack mule in the Marines. And you're not. You're a fucking person. And you're emerging from that. And Chris is bringing that out of you, and you're denying the anger that she left at your feet. You're denying that plate because you're afraid of yourself showing it, Jason. And I get it. I fucking get it, dude. But it's got to come out. And I don't want to let you go because I don't think I'll ever see you again. Because I think you'll wander off with Diane. You'll go get lost somewhere else. Then you'll wait 3 or 4 years. Diane will leave you because you emptied yourself in front of her presence. And by then you won't come back. Because I'm fucking Charles Manson, and you can't come talk to me because of that, because of how fucking nuts I am. And there's nothing wrong with that. I am a little Charles Manson. I will warp your fucking mind if I have to. But that's what's going to happen. It's already started. She's already in the car. You're already draining that prana right the fuck now. And I think it's because you don't want her to see her. You don't want her to see you get mad at another woman while she's in the car. And that, dude, that is so fucking whacked. That is so whacked. Because you're using this as an opportunity to not feel your own feelings. Because now you have a witness. It's called, what is it called, guys? It's not, you're hiding behind a witness, right? You're hiding behind her witness because her witness is in the room. You're like, well, I can't fucking react to that because there's this other witness. It would totally fuck shit up. We got to get our language right, but there's some kind of witness thing there happening. We got to find this
You're right,
out now.
James. You're right. It's just like the phone thing you were explaining to
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah, you're hiding behind someone else's witness. And I think that's why it happened so fast with you and Diane, because you needed that witness around you to keep your witness in check. I think that might be the case, Jason. And I think that Diane is probably awesome. I think she's probably already dojo material because of the shit that she's just watched. We just have to get her an account is all.
She has one.
Diane does?
Yeah, I set one up for her.
Well, fuck, man.
But
There you
it's
go.
not available for some reason.
Wow,
She can't
what a
get on it.
selfless guy.
That's
What a
awesome.
selfless guy.
Jason,
I hope
I love you, Jason. I love you.
Yeah.
And you do not love yourself. You don't. I get that you like yourself, you respect yourself, but you don't have a core. That shame core is gone. It hasn't been there. If it was there, you would feel ashamed that Chris cuddled with someone else. You would feel ashamed that she's talking to James D. You would be ashamed to be in a group chat while another guy is a little box on the screen. I got asked to go speak at New Orleans. And I was like, yes, I would fucking love to do that. And she's like, with Andy Kaufman. I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm going to New Orleans to do that. Why? Because I have a shame core. I have a core. And I will never, ever, ever violate that because of how much it fucking hurts. I fucking hate Andy Kaufman, the fucking reptile motherfucker. I fucking hate that guy. And that means I'm healthy. It means I'm healthy that I'm freaking out. It means I'm healthy that I'm broken. It means I'm healthy that you're watching me in the live stream. You're like, why is he fucking going off right now? He's supposed to be talking about IRA. It's because I have a shame core. And I need you to have that. You don't make me better by walking in. Look, I ain't got no shame core. All you do is show everyone else how they should evacuate themselves. And we should have a pissing contest over which one of us can pee ourselves out the fastest. I want you in here, Jason.
Brent looks like he wants to say something.
Yes, thanks, Nicholas. Yeah, 2 things. One thing is correct. Diana's a lovely lady. I'm really glad I met her and so forth. I think the word that James might have been looking for is shield. You know, like a warrior has a shield to hold up to protect himself from the barbs and the arrows.
Witness protection.
And I couldn't get over that. I couldn't get over that the last time, Jason and Diana, when you came here. That's all I could see after Diana. I could see, yeah, it's a wonderful person, just like so many new people who come to my fires. But you were using her like a shield. And to illustrate that, Jason, I think you won't be able to deny it. I kept waiting around all night to talk to you one-on-one. I think that you tried to stay away from everybody to talk one-on-one. And I waited till I could go up to the campfire with you because you forgot something. And I said, finally, I can walk up there to the embers and I could have the talk with you that I wanted to have. And then you waited and waited and waited to when Diane could be free and she could walk up the hill with us, so that she stood there, and it blew my opportunity to one-on-one with you. And if you're not using her for a shield, then how could I understand that behavior that night?
Thank you, Brent.
I don't have an answer for that. I mean, that's
It's true. I mean, I can see that.
Diane just said that's true. I can see
Brian.
that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, Brian. That does resonate. Truth, man.
Thank you for being here, Diane. We know you're near now. Thank you.
Here. I mean, I'll tell you right now, you're not saying anything I haven't already said. I've already said everything that you guys have said today to him. I mean, Chris seems like an amazing woman. I've heard nothing but positive things about her, but what she did was fucked up. But at the same time, I already said it's an excuse. People use an excuse to get out of a relationship. She used James to get out of a relationship that she was already out of. He was able to come into a relationship with me quickly because he was obviously already out of it too. They were both looking for something else. And they found it. And I 100% agree that I was used as a shield. I'm still so thankful that I was able to be there. After just watching what I watched from you, it was a privilege to be able to meet you so quickly and to listen to you talk. And I will gladly say that I'm the person that said the Charles Manson shit. It doesn't have anything to do with you being a bad person. It's because you're so amazing and because you're so fascinating and brilliant. It's gonna draw people in. I couldn't stop fucking listening to you. And it's gonna attract scary fucking people. That was my point. Not that you're gonna try and have people kill like other people, but you're going to attract scary people. Because that's what happens when you're charismatic and you're fucking brilliant. And yes, I do agree that I was a shield. I was an excuse to stay away from other people. And I get that because he didn't want to deal with it. I also already said he was overcompensating. He felt bad because he made all these promises to the tribe and now he's not because he's with me. And because of him and Chris having their parting, that his commitment is not the same as it was. So he was overcompensating by buying everybody food and buying the wood and donating stuff. I already said all of this to him. This is not news. And no, he doesn't want to get angry. He should be fucking angry. And he doesn't want to. For whatever reason, I'm guessing it's probably because he's probably a pretty scary individual when he's angry. So he's afraid to let it go. I'm totally allowing space for him to do that whenever he's ready.
Yeah, polygamy and polyamory is a lot more expensive than he lets on, for sure. I'll say that.
Well, I assure you that there will be no me going and cuddling with someone else, because
I could see that about you.
that's not going to happen. And he won't be going and cuddling with anyone else because that's not okay for me. Okay, sorry I butted in.
I see you embracing your role as the shield. You're like an active shield right now. You just came out and shielded him from all the stuff that he's shielding himself from with you.
And I totally agree with you.
It's good.
And that is my whatever. That's my downside. Is I do want to shield people that I care about and that I love. So you're right.
It's called loyalty.
Well, there's a reason why I'm here, Jason.
Who just said that?
Chris. my brother from California, Kashani, Chris. I hear
Hey.
you, brother. Thank you for being here, man. Somebody I've known for many years, training martial arts, training music, lived together as a beautiful person, man. Yeah, I've talked to you about him before, James. Lives in California, medicinal farm out there, if you remember. He's still here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would love to hear from you, man. If you have something to share, please do.
Well, I've just known you for 28 years, and you know, I don't know how long you've known these people, but we definitely had plans to come together and like do something during this crazy moment in history. So I don't know how this connection to all these random people got in the way of something so big, but I don't know. I don't feel much energy from these people as far as what they're going to do for you compared to what energy we've held for 28 years.
Why are you here, Chris? Why are you here?
Talk about being a shield.
Why are you here?
I'm here because I paid the money to be here. Why are you here?
Because I'm here energizing the group and bringing and trying to figure things out. Why are you here? Us random people.
I just told you.
Yeah, to us, you're the random person that just came here to protect Jason. Right? You're the only one.
Where were you? Where were you last weekend when we were having a campfire, Chris? Where were you? You know what I mean? Who the fuck are you anyways?
He's a brother of mine. He's a fucking brother of mine. Respect and love him. If you guys can't, that's
He's
fine.
another
That's
shield for you.
but I do love that guy.
He's another shield for you. Quit bringing shields and represent yourself. Be a man. Lower your balls, take off the jock strap, and be a man and quit bringing people to shield you.
Guys,
And bring around you,
Jason,
comfort you.
Jason's gone. And I'll tell you why, because if you're going to show up and tell us what a man you are and you've been hiding behind two people the whole time, you've got one shotgun in your car you won't tell any of us about, you've got a brother in hiding, hanging out in the chat, calling everybody random people.
And that they're not going to help.
You're gone, Jason. You've been gone a while. And you've been wasting
We're
our
staying an extra hour
we
because we
shouldn't
don't
have
want to
wasted
help.
this fucking hour
Fucking ass
on this
clown.
bullshit. This was a really, really big waste to witness right now. And when you
really
bring in
was.
that kind of
Fucking
shield,
ass clown.
when you bring in that kind of shield on your vulnerability with your pissant brothers saying shit like that, there's no reason why we'll ever be able to grow from
None of this energy is a waste, brother. Just to let you know.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, Chris, your energy is a complete waste. Calling people random people
Right.
like this is a random fucking like a roulette wheel where people just randomly pop into chat. Go fuck yourself, dude. You're not helping anybody.
Compared to the 28 years I've spent with Jason, you guys are not really in his life in any more sort of major way.
Yeah,
So
sure.
that's why I'm talking
Yeah,
about
we're
random.
really, really here for him the
Yeah,
last 2 or 3
Yo,
months.
he just sacrificed his relationship to us, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Shut
and
the
you were
fuck
really
up,
great,
bro.
Chris.
No,
Way to really
Oh,
hurt
okay.
everybody.
You have a place to talk over here,
All
bro.
right, let's stop feeding.
Yep, I do.
Troll.
No,
Stop
you
feeding
don't.
the troll.
Yeah, I do. I'm a human being. I have a place to do whatever I want.
Not here.
Not here, you
Okay.
don't. People are
Not
random.
here, bro.
People aren't going to
Not
help you.
here. Not in this instance.
All right.
You can get my money back if you want.
Yeah, Chris, if you need your money back, then fine.
If you're gonna kick me from the place just for talking about my brother, go ahead.
No, I'm just telling you to shut the fuck up. I'm not kicking you
Why?
out. If you lack the courage, you got to get out and get the fuck
I
out.
gotta shut the fuck up in a dojo
You've done no
when I'm
work.
allowed to
What have
talk.
you done? What have you done?
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris. It turns out the moderator does get to tell everybody to shut the fuck up. You know why?
Not what you did.
You know why? Because we have cohesion. Because we have a time limit. Because we have things that we're doing, that we're sacrificing, we're working on people. And when we find someone being a shield like your pussy ass, we're gonna stop it. We're gonna tell you
Just
to
by
shut the fuck
signing
up.
on to your dojo, I didn't know what was going on today. I'm not a fucking shield. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then maybe you should read things before you sign up for them, Chris.
I know what a dojo is. I understand what it is, but I didn't know you guys were gonna have that conversation or anything about Jason Day.
Yeah, well, you could read that. You could invest more time into Jason like all of us have, but you haven't, Chris. Instead, you're here to tell everyone else what a great shield you are, because for 28 years, you've supported someone not having boundaries. For 28 years, you've watched him suck himself off going, hey, you shouldn't have boundaries either, Jason, because I love you. For 28 years, you've been not having boundaries.
Oh, man, I could tell you really, you must have time travel because you must be able to see everything in our relationship. You must have it.
I know Jason pretty well. I've watched him from day one.
Yeah, I can tell.
Zero boundaries. I've watched him walk in here from day one, Chris, with zero boundaries. And you're the brother telling me that you're here to support that.
I never said I was here to support it.
You're the one sitting here saying that you were here to shield that. You were here to support.
I'm here to talk to you. I'm not. I wasn't here to say anything to him, but I'm getting a better idea of what you're about now.
Okay, Chris, you're not here to talk to anybody. You're here to talk over people. You could raise your hand, but you haven't because it's too complex for you. You lack the ability to participate in a group, which is why you have to wait like this, like a fucking sniper. You're a fucking sniper, Chris. And yes, you facilitated him not having boundaries for 28 years. You're in here backing it up right now. Of course you are. Of course I know.
I haven't said anything about his boundaries. I'm here to talk to you, like I said. That's why I came here, to hear you and talk to you.
What do you want to talk about, Chris?
I wanted to hear what this discussion was about and get involved in it. And this is what we're talking about. So
yeah, you've heard it. You've heard it. Guys, we're like an hour over now. An hour over.
And that's what you have to say to me.
Trying to help with.
Chris, I don't know what you want me to say. I asked you what you wanted to talk about.
You're like a child.
You're just making up stuff. You're just throwing energy at me, like making up stuff. So I'm just trying to figure out.
Okay, Chris, your brother doesn't have boundaries. Your brother doesn't have boundaries. If you think I'm making that up.
Some people don't.
Horrible brother.
You fucking dude, you're a wandering child walking into a movie theater expecting for everybody to tell him, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, make up all your stuff. Make
up
all
what?
your vitriol on me. I don't care.
This is truth.
Chris.
Make up nothing.
We're wasting our witness on the.
Chris, your brother doesn't have boundaries. And I know you don't get that. And it's part of why he doesn't have boundaries because the people he's tried to surround himself to get support have been shitheads like you who tell him it's okay to be this way. And that's fine. Yeah. Keep being that way, Chris, because Jason will love you regardless because he doesn't give a shit. He will love you no matter how shitty you are because that's the kind of person you've taught him to be. That's how the person so many have taught him to be, that he has to love you no matter how shitty you are. We are showing him tough love right now, and it makes you uncomfortable because you realize you've abandoned him too.
No, I don't feel uncomfortable.
The whole time. This whole time, you've been the one that's been letting him down. And I'm glad you're here from now. I'd like you to find that place for him now. I'd like you to hold his hand, be his shield, protect him through the rest of his life so he doesn't have to face this shit. Because now you know what this energy is about in the dojo. All right. Steve, if you want to say something else, make it quick because we got to get this thing over with.
I ain't got shit to say. I love y'all, and I hope everybody can get back to their day.
All right.
Yeah.
If anyone else has anything to say, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Love everybody here.
This was fantastic.
It seems like we wasted our time here. I wasted our witness on these clowns.
No, this was great.
This is okay. This was good.
No, this has not
from all
been,
angles.
This has been a brilliant hour that has revealed some amazing things. I'm grateful to everyone.
Yes.
Everyone given into this. James, amazing work, because as you were working on Jason, you were working on me that has no boundaries. I was getting it. I saw all the places where I'm like, letting shit come in and out. Thank you. Just thank you.
Thank you guys. Really, really means a lot.
Chris has something to say though, James.
Yeah, go ahead, Jason. Or James, go ahead.
Chris has something to say.
Oh, Chris has something to say. Go ahead.
I just wanted to thank you all for all of your input and everything everybody said today. I really appreciate all of it. Thank you.
Thanks for not changing the subject on us, Chris. Thank you for being honest with us.
And thanks for not showing up with secret covert witnesses hanging out in the back to talk shit about us while we try to help.
You too, James.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you all. Have a great day.
We want to hear from you, man.
It wasn't nice to meet you, Chris. Seriously.
I know, I can tell.
Yeah,
Chris Baker,
I can tell.
You're a fucking fraud, man.
Yeah, come to the fire, Chris. Come to the fire, Chris. Give me a chance.
I forgot the last time you were on. When was the last time you were on, Chris? I can't remember.
I should know.
Yeah,
Chris,
that's right. Never.
I wouldn't threaten Chris that way, Nick. That dude's a fucking martial artist. That dude
Yeah,
is-
right.
No,
Yeah,
not
right.
somebody that fucking
Dude,
stands
dude,
real
here's your brother. Here's your brother
He
right
understands
now.
what Dojo is.
This is your brother right now, and your penis is in his hand, Jason. This is your
Let's be
brother's
immature
penis
about it, because
wrapped
that's what we
around
do.
your tiny
We
little
get in
penis.
here and
dude.
we're just being
Everybody
immature about
put their
it.
hand up.
We fucking threaten people. Threaten. That's what we do here in Dojo. We fucking immature and we fucking threaten.
Sorry.
That's beautiful. That's fucking
You're the
beautiful.
Jason. You're the one threatening. You're the one saying that you're going to use martial arts.
Those who are threatened, let them be.
We're talking
To
about our
those who
dojo.
are threatened, let
Why can't
them
we be fucking
be.
grown adults instead of fucking immature little brats? Why do we have to be that way?
This is not gonna happen any
Why?
other way, because you kill
Love and
people
respect.
out there in the
Love and
fucking
respect.
desert,
I went to Iraq.
motherfucker.
I went to
Because you
Iraq.
Jason.
I went to Iraq. I'm a leader of men.
Jason,
You're not a leader of
bitch.
yourself.
You're a real bitch arming yourself with your brother. I'm sorry. It's a real bitch move. And if your brother is a martial arts expert, someone needs to tell him he's a fucking bitch for showing up playing like that. That is some serious, some fucked up stuff, man. Grow some balls, Jason. You need it bad. You need it bad. All right, last word, everybody.
Well, I think James D wanted to say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Thank you. It's been a very interesting dojo.
Very.
I love you guys.
I love you.
Love
guys.
you, brother.
Love you.
Praying for all you guys.
All of you.
All
I'm
of
praying
us.
for all of you.
Yeah.
All of
Yep,
you.
all of us.
Especially you have brothers like that. Holy shit, man. Good luck
Oh
with
my
that.
God.
With friends like that, who
I'm
needs
a
enemies,
single
right?
child.
Right? Right? We spend 2.5 hours working on him. He comes in and tries to shit all over it. Fuck that guy. All right, guys. Thank you much.
Peace.
James, love you all.
Say goodbye, all.
Love you. Good
Bye,
day.
guys.
Have a good day,
Love
guys.
you.
Bye.
Great job, Nicholas.